When you scape as many aquariums as I did in my career as an aquascaper, there will be inevitably times when there are layouts that appeal to you a lot more. Layouts that you like, layouts that you feel attached to somehow. And this 45H aquarium, 45 centimeter high aquarium, is one of my favorites. I just love how these SPA are swimming in it. I love how it doesn't contain any red plants in it, so it looks very natural. And actually I talked to some team members at Green Aqua, and a couple of guys told me that this is also one of their favorite layouts, which made me really proud. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to immerse myself into one of the best parts of aquascaping: maintenance. Welcome to the beautiful world of aquascaping. And why do these SPA look so good? Shameless plug. Because of the Green Aqua Best Bite fish food, and we ship to most European countries so that you guys can have your fish look as good as these ones in here. I can already see some comments and some of you guys telling me that you like this version better than the end result. And I cannot argue with you. I'm pretty sure that the end result will look worse than this state. But you have to also take that into consideration, that if you leave an aquarium like this for a long time, you will have overgrown plants. Everything is going to look just ugly, because plants are going to grow against the glass. You're not going to see any details anymore. Everything is just going to be one huge plant mess. Unfortunately, a state like this is not sustainable. And I can show you how a sustainable state looks. This has the lean type fertilization, which means that we do not add any nitrates or any phosphates into the water column, and sometimes mosses and epiphytes plants can suffer, and that's when we start to add some nitrate-based fertilizers to compensate for the lack of nutrients. But if you don't have that, then you can control the growth, because if you start the rich type of fertilization, you will have like very fast growth, and you will be trimming your plants every week or so. And underneath the aquarium we have an EHEIM filter, the new digital filter from EHEIM. It's the classic filter, and it can be controlled by an app. It's connected to the UV filter, which is underneath the 650 tank, and that is collecting, like a master device, is collecting all the EHEIM devices on the network, and this classic filter within. This is tank number 15, and you can see that we have the classic Vario filter. I can connect this filter now, and you can see the status of the filter. The rotor speed can be adjusted by the slider back and forth. Does the filter needs cleaning? It's at 44%, so you can actually check how clogged the filter is. And I can see that this filter was maintained last Wednesday, so 8 days since the last maintenance. Every week there's one maintenance. We skipped 2 weeks there. Okay, but then this month is okay. You cannot destroy an aquarium by not maintaining it for a couple of weeks, which is a good thing, because you can go on vacation, or if you're lazy you can skip, but don't do that on a regular basis. Your tank is going to suffer. During regular maintenance, what we do is we trim the mosses. Obviously those are not low maintenance plants, they need trimming. That's what I'm going to do today mostly. Trim the foreground plants a little bit. The Cyperus helferi is grown everywhere, so I need to tidy it up. And if you look at the images, we have a lily pipe actually on the outflow of the skimmer. We didn't want the skimmer outflow to push the Cyperus helferi down. Quite clever. I didn't do this. The maintenance team did this. I can see that the ends of Cyperus helferis here and there are brownish, so we need to change that. Obviously the sand has started to disappear because the Eleocharis, the hair grass, has grown over it. We have Cryptocoryne snails, and one of the beautiful ones is swimming over there. Those are eating the black brush algae, which I see none of. So back to the filter, what else can we tell about this? You can actually stop the filter. If you buy an EHEIM feeder and you go on a vacation, you can stop the filter and for the time that the EHEIM feeder is feeding your fish. And the greatest thing about it, that this is quiet, so you can actually keep it in the living room near a sofa or somewhere where you like to rest, and the noise will not bother you. So kudos to EHEIM to have improved this a lot. My rule of thumb is to have like 4% filter media volume compared to the tank volume. So ideally, when you have a 100-liter tank, say, you should have 4 liters of filter media volume. So for this tank, it's 60 liters, okay? Divided by 0.04, 2.4 liters of filter media. And in this filter, I can already see that we have enough. All right, so let's go back to the maintenance session. I think enough talking. Let's start working. So check out these 2 tanks. This is what I'm talking about. You've seen the video, and we're going to show you how this tank looked before maintenance, and this is how it looked after maintenance, and this is how it looks now. See the difference? So the whole thing just evolved a lot. And check out that tank, it's even better. Okay, and in my hand I've got the mulm remover from Eden. And now I have to be careful not to have this above the water. You don't have to buy a filter. This little device doesn't break the bank. It's made for taking out the mulm. It's a gravel cleaner. This is going to be a quick maintenance, so actually I am not stopping the filter at the moment. Let me see if any of the mosses will start to float towards the back, and if they do, I'm going to stop the filter. All the mosses are going to float everywhere in the aquarium, and I don't like that, and I don't have enough water in such a tank to be able to change the water. I should do 200% water changes with moss trimmings in small tanks like this, so I prefer to use something like this. This is a very non-invasive method to trim mosses. You don't have big hoses, you're not scaring the fish as much. They don't seem scared at all, actually. Okay, if you do like big chunks like this, you're gonna be in trouble. By the sheer number of the tanks that we have here, I can testify that most aquariums do not take longer than weekly 1 hour to maintain. So if somebody tells you that aquascaping is a time-consuming hobby, well, it is not. If your technology is good enough under the tank or with the tank, then you will not have issues at all. And what do I mean by proper technology? This tank has a Chihiros light on top. We like to dim those lights to have around 60 to 70 lumens per liter for a planted aquarium with CO2 injection. If you do not have CO2 injection, you shouldn't go above like 40 lumens per liter. The flow of the filter is starting to annoy me, so I might stop the filter at this moment. I put like this pipe at the end so that I can reach down better without putting all my hand in the aquarium. Now Anubias, that was a bad idea, because all the Anubias got caught there. The end result is going to be something too tidy for my taste, but after a couple of weeks, like 1 or 2 weeks most, it will look perfect again until it overgrows again. Take the mosses out like that. Check this out. You can just open the top and tweezer it out. And then I can move on to the next one. Another Anubias. No, don't go in there. Go away. Again, this is another point to stress the importance of filtration. So what kind of filtration do I recommend for an aquarium? For a small aquarium, you would need a 15 times flow rate compared to the volume of the aquarium. If you're moving upwards, 2273 filter would be needed for a 64-liter tank, because there you would have to have only 10 times turnover. So for 64 liters, you need a filter that would be at least 640 liters per hour. Is that too much? No, it's not. It's going to bring the CO2 everywhere in the aquarium. It's going to bring the nutrients. It's going to, keep the debris floating so that it can be taken into the filter. So that's very important to have a proper flow in an aquarium. This Cyperus helferi has some algae on it. I need to take it out. This was directly in the flow, and this kind of algae likes the flow. So this guy is done. Thank you for the support. It goes away. What I'm doing now is trimming the foreground pretty heavily, because I don't want that to be overhanging the sand. All that remains to be done is to do a big water change, and you guys are going to see the end result of this video. And yeah, you let me know whether you like this version better or the other one. I know this is too tidy now. Again, check back later. What we're going to do is make the B-rolls the end result. Don't go anywhere, because you're going to see that after like 2 days, 3 days, so that you guys see how this whole thing looks right after trimming. And we're going to do another one probably in 3 weeks, okay? So let us know what you think. Don't forget to support us. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.